went to play college football in Connecticut. Then he played shortstop, and eventually won renown as one of the great college pitchers of all time. But for the last 37 years, Ron Darling has been part of the fabric of this town. And I think it can accurately be said, has been a great hero to a lot of people here for a long time. And for the last 14 years, he's been the soul of our booth at SNY.
Well, you know, us old timers, when we retire, the players kind of scatter like the wind. Ronnie and I have stayed together 7 years. We played together in New York with the Mets, and now 14 years in the booth here with the Mets. Two games that really come to mind to me that Ronnie pitched and shows who the character that he has and the fighting spirit was one in 1985, if you'll recall, going into St. Louis with 6 games to play. We're 3 games out, Cardinals in first place. Ronnie was going to go up against, in the first game, we had to sweep against John Tudor. John Tudor started that year 1-7 and went on a 20-1 run. The papers were saying, move Dwight Gooden, who was going to be the Cy Young Award winner that year, have Doc pitch the first game and put Ronnie back a day to pitch game 2. Davey Johnson stuck with Ronnie. Ronnie went out and matched goose eggs. 9 innings, a shutout ball game. We eventually won in extra innings. The other one, which I think is remarkable, was the '86 World Series. It's the Red Sox. We all know we got beat the first 2 games at home. We won game 3, had to win game 4, and Ronnie pitched that ball game in his hometown, his first World Series, in front of his family and his parents, and threw 7 scoreless innings, and we won that ball game and even the series. So with that said, Ronnie, intrepid on the mound, intrepid in the booth, and now, not surprisingly, intrepid in life.
So what we're here to do tonight, Keith and I, is to present Ronnie with the Arthur and Milton Wishman You Gotta Have Heart Award, which is all about overcoming adversity. So I would actually invoke another game that Ronnie pitched in 1987. Mets were in a pennant race again with the Cardinals. It's late in the season. The entire Mets pitching staff has gone down. Gooden, Ojeda, Hernandez, they've all been hurt. Ronnie's pitching against the Cardinals, and he's pitching a no-hitter through 5 innings. He's got 1 out in the 6th, and Vince Coleman lays down a bunt. Ronnie, who's one of the best fielders in baseball, goes to field that ball with his bare hand, and in so trying to pick up that baseball, broke his thumb. Broke his thumb. It's hanging off his hand. Ronnie stayed in the game. Coleman stole second. Ronnie picked him off second with a broken thumb. Stayed in the game. Got Tommy Hurt a ground out with a broken thumb. So it's not surprising that when Ronnie was diagnosed with thyroid cancer early last year and had to have a mass removed from his chest, he handled it as well as the self-effacing, tough, dedicated person that he is. He was back in the booth 3 weeks later. He struggled through parts of that season. Not everybody knew that. But Ronnie showed up every day, worked as hard as he ever had, and did the brilliant work that he's known for, not only for us, but for TBS and for MLB as well. And thank goodness we found out later in the year that the cancer is cleared. Ronnie got a clean bill of health. All I can hope is that the 3 of us get many more healthy years together. We've had a wonderful time these last 14 years, and Keith and I are so grateful to be able to stand here and present our partner, Ron Darling, with the Arthur and Milton Wishman.
Sounds kind of stupid to me. Don't think about it. Well, first, I want to thank Gary and Keith. You guys that live in this area know they are like brothers to me, and it's just great to, I mean, my job is to work with those two. It doesn't get any better than that. To the writers, I want to say thank you very much. I know there's a lot of challenges for baseball writers in this time. Anyone who knows me knows I read everything, and the writing today is as good as it's ever been. As good as it's ever been. So congratulations to you guys, and thanks. To the honorees, congratulations. It's just really a pleasure to be able to sit in the booth and watch you guys perform. You're as good as there's ever been in the history of the game, and it's hard for me to believe that at some point I was 25 years old, really. I have two tables of friends here. I want to thank them all for coming, and I want to talk about three of the folks there. My wife first, Joanna. She's the rock of her family. I've been I've been so much of a better man the second after I met you. I wouldn't have been back quick if it wasn't for you, and I hope I say that privately enough, and I hope you don't mind me saying it publicly tonight. This is a Hart Award. I have a friend, Pat Cawley, who's here tonight. If you're a Mets fan, he's seemingly the State Farm agent of every game. I want to say to Pat, he got sick the same time I did. He's still fighting. He's the bravest guy with the biggest heart I know. So I share this award with you, Patty, all right? And finally, broadcasting a game, it really takes a village of people to put the game on. A lot of them are faceless and nameless creative geniuses. And I'm going to remove some of that today. Hal Galima, will you stand up, please, if you don't mind? You don't have to stay up. You can sit down. I know you, bro. Hal, title is statistician. It doesn't even go close to the relationship he and I have had at Turner for the last 13 years. He's retired. He's going on to bigger and better things. I will miss him tremendously, not only as a friend, but as a confidant. And after postseason games performed by these great players here, we'd sit back and have a cold one and be proud of the things we did well, really pissed off at the things we did poorly, and go back at it the next day. He's one of the best guys I've ever been around my entire life, and I thank him for coming up from Atlanta, and good luck in everything that you do. Thank you for the award.